All right, people, week 8 kicked off last night, and we've got a solid slate of games this Sunday. We're going to hit on a bunch of games quickly. Quick hits, quick. Quick is the key word. Quick. You're going to tell me what you have your eye on for each matchup.
Quick.
I love you, too. All right, and we start with the Cardinals at Panthers rematch of the NFC Championship game. 3-3-1 Cardinals at the 1-5 Panthers. Stephen A., what will you be looking for in this matchup?
I'm looking at the performance of Cam Newton, whether or not he's going to be able to do something. But more importantly, I'm going to be looking at Carolina's secondary. I have no faith in them whatsoever. They show up, they win this game.
Got it right the first time. This is about Cam Newton, this game. Can he save this season? Even if you don't make the playoffs, some kind of sense of respectability. You're 1-5. How bad is this thing going to get? Cam has to stop the bleeding right now.
Kelvin Benjamin, watching him too. Packers taking on Falcons, team that they have beaten 4 straight times, including the playoffs, and scored 40 points in those 2 matchups. Max, what you got?
Packers are missing there. Forget about their running backs. Their corners. Julio Jones is going to go bananas in this game.
He might, but Aaron Rodgers might too, because Atlanta's defense is suspect, has been since Quinn arrived. He's improving, but they still got a ways to go. I want to see what Aaron Rodgers does in this game.
All right. The Redskins travel to London for the first time in the regular season to take on the Bengals. Stephen A., what are you watching here? This one's interesting.
I'm watching to see if the Redskins going to win. I mean, after all the noise they made about me, after all the noise this nation's capital made about me for going off on them a couple of weeks ago, I expect them to show up and make liars out of me, even though I had expectations for them. We'll see if they win. Just win.
I kind of feel the same way as I do about the Panthers. They're not in as dire straits, but Andy Dalton, after kind of a slow start for the team, Andy Dalton's been ticking up. Can he continue it? I expect the answer is yes. I think Dalton's going to wind up the season with a good year.
How about the Silver and Black? They're trying to win their 5th straight game on the road when they take on the Bucs. What are you going to be looking for in this one, Matt?
Everyone's a year too early on the Raiders. Everyone wants to be first. We all recognize what's happening with Carr and Amari Cooper in the offense, but they've won a lot of close games. They have a terrible defense. Everyone's a year too early here. They'll probably win this game. But, slow down on the Raiders bandwagon. Next year is the time to jump on.
You are in first place in the AFC West, and you're going into a game playing Tampa Bay, who's 3-3. Enough said. Win the damn game.
The Colts have won 6 of the last 7 meetings against the Chiefs, including the playoffs. Stephen A.?
I look at the efficient Kansas City Chiefs. I could see them walking up in there and handling their business against the Colts. Colts are obviously better at home, playing in the dome. We understand that. But Andy Reid's got these guys playing good football. If they can run the football effectively against Indianapolis, I think the Chiefs should win this game.
As you know, Andrew Luck is my pick for MVP. I think he's had an MVP caliber season so far, keeping a terrible team in the thick of it, albeit in a bad division. But we all knew that going in. Chiefs are an excellent team. I think Andrew Luck figures it out at home and wins this game.
If you want to jump off that pick, we'll allow it.
He's a top like half-dozen player in the league this year.
I'm sorry,
did you say quick? Jimmy Graham returns to New Orleans. Drew Brees said this is going to be weird for the first time since he was traded from the Seahawks in March of 2015. Stephen A., what are you watching?
You know, it's going to be real interesting. I want to see what the Seahawks defense does against Drew Brees. We know that the Saints can score, but we know their defense is suspect. I know Seattle's had some troubles, but I want to see what the Seattle defense does to neutralize Drew Brees. I expect them to win the game, but I want to see how decisive the victory is.
I expect the Saints to win because they have a great defense in Seattle. We all know, one of the best in football. Drew Brees is just a beast at home. He's just a beast. And the problem is right now, not the defense for Seattle, obviously. Russell Wilson's so banged up, they can't score points. And you can't win the game if you can't score points. I like the Saints to beat the Seahawks at home.
This one's kind of sneaky good. Jets at Browns. Is this the week the Browns finally get a W? What are you watching for, Max?
Look, if they're going to get one, this is a good week to do it, and I still think the Jets are going to win this game. I thought the Browns might win a half-dozen games this year, but they don't have their quarterback or their best wideout, so I don't see it. I like the Jets.
I don't have a problem picking the Browns to win this game, win their first game of the year. Hugh Jackson's got them playing tough. They're battling, and on top of it all Ryan Fitzpatrick has is Brandon Marshall. Matt Forte hasn't been great. Eric Decker is out. If there's a game that the Browns could win, it should be this.
Yeah. If there's one, I don't know if there is.
I'm so proud of you guys. Not once did I have our producer Steph in my ear saying, Molly, go to break, go to break. You guys got through all of it. Good job. So impressed. Coming up next, President Obama made some picks for the NBA Finals and the Super Bowl. Will he go out on a limb or play it safe? Please stay tuned for this. Hilarious next.
First take, stop me. 4 takes, that's you. 3 takes, not me.
All right, let's talk a little Brady, shall we?
Yes.
All right.
Go ahead.
There's a huge NFL rematch this weekend as Tom Brady and the Patriots head into Buffalo looking for revenge for their Week 4 loss where the Bills won 16-0 at Gillette Stadium. The difference this weekend will be Brady. He missed the first matchup due to his 4-game Deflategate suspension. Stephen A., do you give the Bills a chance against the Patriots?
No, I do not. Not at all. Not only did they beat the New England Patriots in their first meeting, they shut them out. Okay, I don't think that's something that sat very, very well with the New England Patriots. I think that they're going to have a field day with Rex Ryan and his Buffalo Bills, particularly since we don't know about the availability of LaShawn McCoy because obviously he shouldn't have played last week. He was hobbled, and people felt that he might have taken a step back due to how he should not have been on the field and tried to play hurt last week. They dominated the New England Patriots in the first go-round. Tyrod Taylor didn't do that great of a job. I mean, 27-39 definitely was efficient, 246 yards, one touchdown, no interceptions. But Jacoby Brissett, 17-27, 205 yards. He was sacked 3 times. Wasn't that effective? Your leading runner, LeGarrette Blount, only rushed for 54 yards. They could not do anything offensively, even though Martellus Bennett did have a big game for them, 109 receiving yards in that game. I'm just of the mindset that with Tom Brady back, with Rob Gronkowski in full tow, he played that game. He had 1 reception for 11 yards against Buffalo. You really think that's going to happen to Gronkowski twice in the same against the same team in the same season? That's not going to happen. So I expect Gronk to get off. I expect Martellus Bennett to get off. I expect Tom Brady to get off. And by virtue of that, this defense that played pretty well against Buffalo, okay? I think that they're going to have a field day. I expect a relatively lopsided victory. I think it's going to be tough for the first half, but I think New England will pull away in the second half and win by about 15.
Do you remember before the first meeting between New England and Buffalo, we sat here, and Molly, you asked the very same question. Does Buffalo have a chance?
I asked it better this time.
And do you remember your answer?
I said no chance.
Well, what did I say?
I was wrong.
Recall?
A chance?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I gave him a good chance.
No, I was wrong.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
I give the Bills a good chance again. FPI, by the way, ESPN's very own, has it as 51-49, essentially as a toss-up.
Mm-hmm.
Now, true, they have Brady back, and that's not a small thing compared to a third-string rookie quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
But it better not be a small thing because Rex Ryan's defense won 16-0. So you get 3 points. When odds makers do the odds, they do the spread. You get 3 points for being at home.
Okay.
That's a 6-point swing because now they're playing at Buffalo.
Okay.
So that's like winning 22-0. If you were set, if you give them 3 and 3, that would mean that Tom Brady now has to be 3 touchdowns and a field goal better as an offense. You add Tom Brady, has to be 3 touchdowns and a field goal better for the Patriots offense.
Let me put you on pause with a question there.
Yeah.
You don't think Tom Brady could be 3 touchdowns better than Jacoby Brissett?
Oh, no. But that's to win. That gives the Patriots a chance. We're asking here, do the Bills have a chance? Should the Patriots be favored? Yeah. I'll tell you why the Patriots should be favored. Because Bill Belichick doesn't lose to divisional rivals twice in the same season. Doesn't happen.
Okay.
You don't shut Bill Belichick
Thank you
out
for making my
if you
case.
play in the division.
Thank you for making my case.
And he will make adjustments.
Okay.
Sure.
I'm touched. Thank you.
That's the reason to think that the Patriots, not just that Brady's coming back, because he has a long way to go to beat the Bills if you look at the Patriots offense the first
I'm sorry, that's all you got that I didn't mention the coach? You want me to mention the coach too?
Well, that's the main reason.
I'm just saying, do you want me to go and find out what he orders at Starbucks and make sure he has the right stuff for the morning too?
You know why the Bills
mention?
won the game the first time? It was the defense. It was a team that was rallying around at the time an embattled coach because Stephen A. Smith was on TV practically calling for. In fact, you were calling for Rex.
I said I told him he was on the line.
Hot seat.
But I said, by the way, let me be
and
very.
I told you at the time that a player's coach, where it pays dividends, if the players like him and they feel like he's on the hot seat, they'll play for him.
That worked for Gus Bradley last night, huh?
No, well, by the way, that's how you know. That's how you know Gus Bradley's actually done there.
Exactly.
They didn't play for him.
Exactly.
They did not play for him. They played for Rex Ryan.
But I'm saying to you is this. Rex Ryan is still on the hot seat. Let me be clear. I haven't let him off because I don't give a a damn if the Buffalo Bills win 11 games this year. I don't care if they go 11-5. If they don't make the playoffs, it will mark the 6th consecutive year that Rex Ryan has been a head coach and his team has missed the postseason. That is egregious for you to still remain a head coach. I have no doubt that he deserves to be a defensive coordinator. And by the way, even that's a question mark right now, because I don't know if you've noticed, not only did you fire your offensive coordinator, Greg Roman, and bring in someone else, and they've been 4-1 ever since, you also took away play calling duties on defense. You've left that up to Dennis Thurman. So let me get this straight. You got an offensive coordinator handling this business. You finally step back and let your defensive coordinator do the job instead of you trying to do it for him, even though you brought in your brother to help out. And I'm just saying, okay, if that doesn't get you to the playoffs, you've tried it every other way. You need to go.
If you think the Bills don't have a chance, because here comes Tom Brady.
That's what I believe.
And now the defense
That's what I believe.
They're not going to shut him out again.
That's what I believe.
They don't have to shut him out. But as I mentioned, you got a lot of points to make up with Tom Brady in the offense, number one. Number two, the Bills on the season are leading the league, number one in the NFL on sacks per attempt.
Yeah.
Number one.
All right.
They get to the quarterback against everybody, not just the Patriots.
Well, let me say
they
this.
are an elite defense that the Patriots are now facing.
Let me make this point for clarification when I say I don't give the Bills a chance. That means under no circumstances am I envisioning a scenario where they will win. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying it's not going to be a tough match, or it can't be tough, or it can't end up being a nail biter, even though I don't believe that. I am saying under no circumstances, I should say injury would be the one thing, but under no circumstances with Tom Brady and that crew on the field together against Buffalo do I give the Buffalo Bills a chance. Under no circumstances.
Sammy Watkins was ready to go, which he's not. I would actually pick the Bills. I do think it affects Tyrod Taylor, who has not looked good recently, and ultimately that's why I stopped short. But they have a hell of a chance to win the game. They won the first go-round and won especially close.
Bills Mafia, Max keeping hope alive. Coming up next.
First Take is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
The First Take Your Take viewer contest is here. You can win a chance to debate Stephen A. Smith and Max Kellerman right here at ESPN headquarters. All you got to do is go to firsttakeyourtake.com, upload a 1-minute video with your best original sports debate. Keep it clean, no music, team logos, trademarks, or copyrighted material. 2 winners will be selected by our show staff, so get busy. And we could see you schooling Stephen A. and Max right here on national television. Here's a few of our latest.
Was John Elway justified by letting Brock Osweiler go? And the answer is, duh. What he did was he trusted his eyes, let Brock Osweiler go, and said, listen, I'll trust my defense and I can find a suitable replacement.
Osweiler's game doesn't stand up to his contract. He's making $37 million in guaranteed money and is only completing 58% of his passes. And Elway was right to not pay him the money Houston unwisely did.
I think Elway needs to send a thank you card to the Houston Texans, if nothing else, for them being foolish enough and desperate enough to try to keep someone under center. They just wanted a warm body under center because they've had bad quarterback play for years from Brian Hoyer.
I like that last one, the thank you card.
All 3 of those were good.
Talking with your hands works for me.
Well, not just with your hands. You got to have something substantive to say, which they did. And I like their presentation. It was good. It was good. I'm narrowing it down. I've seen a few, and I've got like 5 people who stood out in my mind above the crowd thus far after several videos have been shown. We'll see. We'll see.
Stephen A's keeping tabs.
I am keeping tabs.
Keep them coming.
I'm not joking. I'm watching.
Know you are.
I'm watching. I'm keeping tabs on them. Absolutely.
All right. Speaking of keeping tabs, with the election a little over a week away and his second term as president coming to an end, Barack Obama joined Sway in the morning on SiriusXM and made his predictions on who will win the NBA championship and the Super Bowl.
Sway.
I'm going to go with the Warriors just because, Durant, that addition, I think they got too much firepower, although they just got spanked on their first game, so it'll take them a while. Super Bowl's tougher, but I got to say at this point, you'd have to put your money on Brady again. I don't see any real strong teams. Seattle and Patriots have a rematch. That's my call.
What do you think?
I didn't think much, and I'm going to tell you why I didn't think much. Max Kellerman, I'm going to make national news.
Oh no.
I think the president is scared. I think the president's scared to come on First Take. He show up everywhere else. You know, he's scared. See, he talks to people and get asked questions that he just gives the answer to, as opposed to somebody saying, "Excuse me, Mr. President, but what justification do you have for making that pick?" And actually debate him.
So
I think that since he beat Romney, he's gotten comfortable and he's scared.
So now you want to
debate.
be the third best debater on First Take? Me, then the president, then you? In that order?
Maybe the president's sending his video in.
This ain't politics. This is sports. I think I would beat the president of the United States. I do.
Well, that'd be the
In sports.
first time you won a debate on this show in a while, if that were the case.
I'm so bored from winning. That's what that's my retort
You're bored.
today.
We asked you guys
I'm
earlier in
bored
the
from
show
winning.
who will have a better game this
I would
weekend.
beat the president of the United States in a debate on First Take. We bring it to the White House. I'd beat him in a debate.
You know, if the president's on the show, you don't get just to talk the whole segment, and then he barely.
Oh, I'd let
say
him
anything.
talk. I'd pick apart. I'd pick it apart.
In case anyone
play
cares,
Max.
66% of the votes think Dak Prescott is going to have a better game. 34% say wins.
Right,
You
because
guys
there are
wanna talk
more
more about the
Dallas
president?
Cowboys fans than there are fans of any other team. That's all. That's a popularity.
Good
That's
excuse.
true, or maybe they're just right this week. Dallas Cowboy fans
We
are
shall
really
see.
right, but a dead clock is right twice a day.
Maybe
We know
the
that.
president's just tired of debating.
He's had the debate in 4 years.
Great at it.